This is the SOP for the Xyron 2500 laminator. Before we begin, please make sure you are following all of the safety precautions. Before we begin laminating, we must load the laminate onto the laminator roll. When doing this, make sure you roll the laminate onto the roll very tightly and snug, so that it does not slide around when you are laminating. When loading in the laminator roll, you can look at the color-coded sides. On the left side, there is a red dot, and on the right side, there is a green dot. On the roll, these colors are also shown. Once the laminate roll is in place, you need to pull some of the laminate onto the table so you can see where it lines up according to the lines provided. When peeling back the paper on the laminate, make sure you are careful and go slowly. Do not peel the paper too far back because when you put the paper back onto the laminate, it can cause bubbles or wrinkles when you laminate your job. After beginning to peel the laminate, fold over the paper side and align the edges to create a straight line across the laminate. This will create an easy and straight line guide for you. Next, you will take a scrap paper and align it on that line that you just created with the paper side of the laminate. Make sure to use a straight edge of the scrap paper. To load the laminate, flip the scrap paper and load it into the laminator. Make sure it is aligned straight with the same lines that you aligned it previously. Make sure to go slowly and do not load in the scrap paper too far. We want to be able to see the scrap paper. Before loading in a job, take the paintbrush and dust off the job. Make sure to dust away from the laminate so none of the dust or particles are stuck to the laminate when you are dusting off the job. To load in the job, carefully align the job to the laminate. Make sure part of the job is under the scrap paper that we can be able to see in the laminate roll. Do not have content of the job under the scrap paper, and slowly turn the handle to laminate the job. When laminating your job, take as much time as you need to align the job to the laminate. When you begin laminating, continue to turn the handle so that no bubbles or crease will form on top of your job. Finishing the job. Continue with all the job sheets that you have until it is all laminated. Place the next job under the sheet just as the previous job sheet. This is the same way that we did with the scrap paper for the very first job. Once you are finished laminating all of your job, take another scrap paper. You will then place this underneath the last job sheet. The edge of the scrap paper that touches the laminate and the job does not matter. Only laminate a small portion of the scrap paper so we can save as much lamination as possible. Now we are done laminating. Next, grab an X-Acto knife. Make sure you are careful when using this tool. When cutting, do not cut the gray roll in the laminator and try to only touch the laminate when you are cutting. Thank you for watching this SOP. You are ready to use the laminator.